Hello, welcome back to part 3 of making this pot for my African style tree. Okay, so when I left it in part 2, I'd finished painting it a bit with the kind of yellowy colour, but I wasn't happy with it. It was too yellow. So I came back out later that night and I just went over in the grooves, you can see, with a kind of a bit of a brown, and I'm just mixing up a bit of a more of a tanny kind of a colour, I think, rather than the yellowy colour. It's just a bit too yellow, so I'm going to just go over it now with this and just kind of just dry brush it a bit. You'll still pick up some of the yellow and stuff, but it'll just add another kind of colour to it, and I just think it's a little bit more closer to what I'm looking for. I'll put on my glasses so you can actually see what I'm doing here. Tilt this down a bit. Yeah, so this is just a little bit more of a creamier brown than that yellow, and it'll just blend in a little bit with the darker underneath at the back in the grooves, like, and hopefully will look a little bit more what I'm looking for. And when this is dry, I will do a bit of dry brushing then of some white, just to pick up the highlights. Of the higher bits. Okay, so it's basically going to be like that all over. And then, like I say, when the highlights go on, it'll just brighten it up a bit on the kind of the higher bits. Definitely taking a lot longer to dry on this stuff than on cement. Cement, normally this would be dry. The first coat especially would have dried as I was painting it, just soak in. This stuff seems to be taking a bit longer to dry in. Okay, so it's basically going to be kind of like that. I don't know how much of a difference the camera's picking up, but it is definitely a lot different than the bright yellow that it was. Just wasn't too happy with it. It was too yellow. And basically I want it to match. Basically what I've got is I have a stone here which is kind of like a deserty stone. So I'm trying to get it as close to this basically as I can. I was going to add some green in, but I don't think I need to. The algae will grow on it pretty quick. So that's similar, that'll be going on the planting. And the yellow was just me a little bit too far off that colour. I don't have a great variety of colours here. I do in my attic, but I'm just trying to make as close to that as I can with what I have here. I think this should be okay. So what I'll do is I'll just do the front bit, and then maybe we'll have a look, bring the tree in and just have a look at what the tree's going to look like in it. and then I can work away on the back, because that will be basically it for this part until we repot the tree into it. It's just got plenty of different colour in it now, into different browns and stuff. Don't know if the white will take right now. I'll probably have to wait for it to dry, but we'll just have a go and see if I can get it to, just to give you an idea. Probably mix in, because it should really do it when it's dry. This is it's just going to mix. Bigger brush like this. Just have a go and see with it. Okay, it'll be something like that, but like that. I'll wait until it dries and I'll do a proper job on it. So let's move all this out of the way. I'll finish the painting afterwards. We'll bring in the tree and we'll have a look at what it looks like with the tree in it. So just put that up there like that. Okay, so that'll be basically with the tree in, obviously without the pot. But it's definitely got a lot more space now. The tree is about as wide as the pot, but have a lot more length in it, whereas this one was kind of hanging out over the back of the pot and stuff. So yeah, I think it'll work quite well. So we'll I'll finish off the painting on it, and then the next time we see this will be probably the spring, unless I decide to slip pot this before the spring. I'll have to think about it. Before I finish the video, what I'll do is I'll just bring in one of my others that I did, my other rock pot that I did with the kind of a yellowy tone, just to give you a look at that so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so this was one, some of you might have watched me make this one before. Again, same kind of idea, the polystyrene, just carved it out and then cemented over it and then just painted it. And you can see it's holding out quite well. It's getting a bit of algae growing on it and stuff, so it's kind of looking more realistic now. While it's in here, I may as well give it a weed in, I suppose. Juniper's doing quite good on it. Moss is doing good. So this is just to kind of give you an idea of, like, this was done last year, so how it lasts and kind of ages quite well. The good thing about it is, well, two good things about it. First good thing is that weighs practically nothing. Like, it's heavy enough to stay down, but it's nothing like what it would weigh if it was a solid rock. A bit of thin moss here. Yeah, so that's a good thing, that it's not so heavy. And the other good thing about it is, if it gets damaged in any way, it's knocked over, broken a piece, or anything like my big one that I have my wolf forest on, the kind of mountain range one, a fox knocked that over and it just chipped off the bottom kind of ends, both ends of it. So snap them off, and so I need, now that one was the first one I did, and I didn't put the cement on very thick. It could have been a bit thicker, I think, but it's an easy repair now. All I have to do is go mix another bit of cement and just patch it up. So that's the other good thing about them, if they break in any way. You know, like a pot where it's a throwaway job, you can just repair them pretty easy. A little fern on the front here. So yeah, so you can see how much that one's aged in a year, and it's looking pretty old now and mature looking. So hopefully the new one will look similar to this. Won't be as well, it won't be far off the colour wise, but yeah. So if you want to see this one being made, there's a playlist on it, go back and check that out. But so that's it for building that one. Like I said, I'll finish painting it, and then there's no point in me making another video showing the finish and painting it. You kind of see, you get the gist of what it's going to be like. So the next video will be me potting it up. I may slip pot it. We'll see. I'll have to think about it. But yeah, it should be a good pot, and it should work quite well. And as it ages and gets a bit of green on it and stuff, it should look a lot more realistic. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit all the buttons, and don't forget to keep your eyes open for the repotting of that one. So thanks again for watching.